Welcome to Café do Arquitecto.
Thank you for having me. My name is Jean-Pierre Maissan. I'm an architect from Gabon, Central Africa. I came here with a purpose, a lot of excitement in order to get in touch with the trend and of a colleague, what's going on around the world in our discipline. This is such a wonderful occasion, and I took a chance to come here.
Tell me about your architecture practice. The name, when was it founded, and what kind of projects have you been developing there in Gabon?
My architectural practice is named Maissan Architecture. I'm associated with Jean-Noël Ngokobwa, who's my colleague. We both have been in Italy for several years, and we graduated there, and then we come back to Gabon when we started collaborating in small projects, small villas, small schools, and small refurbishment of offices. And slightly we went to quite big commissions, and we got one which was a campus, which is really a huge campus. And unfortunately, this project did have many publicity in Gabon, across the country, and we began to be noticed locally. And we are here because we have built a campus, pretty interesting because it's a specialized college aimed at educating highly skilled engineers. Only 60 students there, maximum. Actually, there are only 30 students, but it's a demanding college because it does have high-end laboratories, and it's dedicated to people who already had degree in engineering, and they went there for 2 semesters. They became specialized engineer in the field of mining industry and metallurgy, because Gabon, I suppose Angola also, or many countries in Central Africa, does have a lot of mining resources, and people who highly qualified people who work in those companies come from Europe, South Africa, or the part of the world. Local are only relying on low skill job, low qualified, and so this was a welcoming idea by the local government and the multinational Ramet and Comilog in order to put a little slight correction to this matter and have few good, highly qualified people in order to work on those mining industry.
So what made you decide to enter the World Architecture Festival competition?
That was really funny because unfortunately we are a bit isolated in Africa in many places, and I used to do competition when I was in Europe, socializing and networking, etc. Once I went to Africa, I was so much focused on finding a way to practice without such a network that you got in Europe. And you almost forgot that architecture is also a socialite profession in which you are to interact in order to keep alive your creativity. And then that's the way mainly I took a chance to come here because I did receive some emails and some publicity. The World Architecture Festival send me some promotional product, etc. And then I say, why not trying to get there this time? And then I submitted the project, and we went selected, finalist, and then we are here try to learn from other and to get to know what other are doing, and to thrive and to come back in Africa a little bit full of idea and knowledge to what we over are doing.
How was the reaction to be shortlisted?
I wasn't expecting that much because I didn't know very well about the process, about what's going on here. So I didn't do that much research needed. Man, when you want to win a competition, usually you invest a lot in terms of researching and trying to know what's going on, to compare yourself. So it was like we didn't have that much expectation, etc. So once we get notified that we are selected, and then I start worrying what's going on, what I'm gonna do there, and what's. So I said that let's go, let's do a list for being aware of what's going on, and so it was a
Well, I have
curiosity.
I have to congratulate you for being shortlisted.
Thank you
I
very
think it's
much.
an amazing achievement.
Thank you. Sure. We are a bit isolated, so that's at least the idea knows coming from that isolationist condition. It's a good thing, a great achievement.
Yeah.
Thanks.
What's the capital city of Gabon?
The capital city of Gabon is Libreville.
Libreville.
Actually, it's not so far from where you are in Angola. We do have many things in common because we have been founded by Portuguese. Gabon is Gabon.
Yeah.
Something that relate to some idiom in Portuguese. It's a pleasure to meet Café, the architecture. Hopefully I will be visiting Angola soon. I'm aware of all the things, the good things that are going on there, culturally, economically, industrially.
About the economic crisis worldwide, has that affected your practice in Gabon? How is the construction right now in Gabon and the architecture practicing?
Yes, 3 or 5 years ago, because Gabon economy is relying in oil as Angola's, I think. Raw material in general, the prices go down, and now Gabon really struggling in order to have the kind of trend, the kind of development it did have quite a decade ago. So not a good period. I have to recognize, and our activity is suffering a lot. But we have to manage some resiliency and how to diversify, how to be much more creative, and in order also to have our governing people, our decision maker, to think about much more about architecture in terms of small improvement, having instead of big, huge projects demanding of financing, etc. I think everyday life can be really improved in many parts of Africa. Or since the decision maker decide to look local architect, and many little small things can be done, and no need to have necessarily these huge budgets that people used to thinking about architecture in general.
Is it still a favor to hire foreign architects rather than local Gabon architects?
Yes, unfortunately, because this is a colonial stigma, and when our decision maker, politicians, use still one thing that is still better that comes from abroad, colonial country, and is seen as the thing that have to acquire. Sometimes what can be done locally, but can be much more resilient, much more better understood, much more better managed, is given to people that comes from a Western country with disasters and ends because these people have a poor understanding of the real condition of the locals, etc. But it's like a cliche that has a hard life, still surviving and still influencing badly many decisions, especially in this period of time where means are really less, and this trend still surviving.
What are the main languages in Gabon?
French is the official language, but we do have almost 40 languages, which is incredible because we are a few people, less than 2 million people in Gabon. Small group of people with each one does have his own language, and unfortunately a communal language didn't have been created, so we are stuck with French. But we are Francophone Africa, and then although the way we speak French is proper to us, it's slightly most different for other people. We try to survive with that.
I would risk in practicing a little French because I haven't spoken in a while, but I won't risk that.
you guys, we are from Portuguese-speaking country. We do speak. You do speak French. I've been sometimes surprised. You know Bonga, which is a huge icon musician. He speaks very well French. I heard I love his music, and
yeah,
I did listen to his interview in the past.
For our viewers from Café do Arquiteto, that include professional architects and also students, what would you like to say them?
I have to say then that as Africans, we have to be really proud of what we do, what we are doing. I mean, we have to force ourselves to get to know others about what we are doing and what we are thinking, because sometimes we tend to think that we are inferior or no, we are less developed, but we do have a strong culture. We do have some traditions, and then we are in high set. I mean, we have to talk much more about that and to get over to know. And we have to travel. It's hard, but we have to submit on competition and to publish what we are doing. And that probably the way trend, the way news organization, the way institution worldwide works, tend to portray us like the one who need to be assisted. And in this particular field, as architecture is about art, it's about culture, it's about creativity. But creativity, it's different from people to people. If you see what's happened in art in general, whether it's sculpture, whether it's literature, whether it's painting, African painter feeling, they can go to expose in MoMA, they can go to their research, their search. And as architect, we have to act like that. We have to affirm our way of thinking and to expose that, to show that to the world, and we will be rewarded because we will do some things that others will end up to be wanted to copy, to show, etc. I think we have to do that, to be ourselves.
Awesome. Merci pour vos entrevues.
Je vous en prie beaucoup, je vous remercie et à très bientôt à Luanda en Angola.
Très bien, merci.
Merci.